Guys, there have been too many stories lately about children killing children, and this story is just as heartbreaking as the rest. So one Texas teenager is deceased and another one is behind bars after there was a comment about someone's deceased mother that led to gun violence this week. On Wednesday night, two separate 911 calls came in about 1 minute apart about shots being fired on the west side of San Antonio. And now because of that shooting, 16-year-old Joel Castillo is deceased. The victim's alleged killer has not yet been identified due to him being a minor, but it was said he was only 14 years old. They were reportedly neighbors in an apartment complex. The suspect has since been charged with murder. It was said that the shooting occurred at around 10:40 p.m. on Wednesday night at an apartment complex. The 14-year-old and Joel reportedly had a long-running feud. On that particular night, the alleged killer began the fight by taunting Joel about his recently deceased mother, and at that point, the verbal arguments and insults then turned physical and a fight broke out. What I don't understand is it was 10:40 p.m. at night on a Wednesday night, a weeknight. Why were they up to begin with? Then at some point, the 14-year-old pulled out a gun and shot the 16-year-old. He shot him several times throughout his body, and then the suspect fled from the scene. Joel reportedly died from a wound to his abdomen. Joel's father stated to a local news outlet that he tried to protect his son as the fight escalated. He said that his son told him that the suspect has a gun and that he told his dad to get back. So Joel's father then went to speak to the shooter's mother, and while on the way to their apartment unit, that's when he heard shots fired. He then ran to comfort his son. Now, I'm not trying to blame the dad, I'm truly not, but I don't know that I could have left my child with another child who had a gun. He stated he was hugging his son and he heard his last word, which was dad, and he was begging him not to leave. The victim was then rushed to a nearby hospital, and he was listed as in critical condition, and less than 2 hours later he died. Meanwhile, the killer, the 14-year-old, was on the run. The mother of the 14-year-old gave police a description of her son, and he was found on Thursday morning and apprehended. Reportedly, this is the second tragedy that Joel's father has suffered this year, because in February, his mother, 35-year-old Sandra Martinez, died in a head-on collision car crash. Joel's brother stated that he feels like there's nothing left inside of him, and he doesn't know how to live with this, just thinking about the rest of the years they had together to grow up together. This is absolutely heartbreaking. Gun violence has got to end. Kids don't need guns, point blank, period. My heart and prayers go out to all who knew and loved Joel. For more true crime, please remember to give me a follow and to check out my website at www.truecrimewithmegan.com.